Welcome to ConvHERsations with Kristie, brought to you by Herverse, a community where women who lead, build, and grow come together. This is a space for real, unscripted conversations with bold leaders who are creating impact. No fluff, no filters, just honest insights to help you lead well and live fully. Because at Herverse, we believe leadership isn't meant to be done alone. I am confident you are going to love it. So let's get started.
Hello. Welcome to Conversations with Kristie. I am Grandi Washington, also known as the Assessment Queen, the People Whisperer, the Reading Rebel, and the Visionary of the Inspired Team. It's a whole lot, right? Because we bring it all. Just like one of my absolute most favorite people in the world, Miss Kristie Clayton, is very special to me. And we've got some fun, special conversations to have today.
I'm excited.
I'm excited.
Me too. This is going to be a fun conversation, I'm sure.
It is. We're going to talk about one of my absolute most favorite things of the year, which is the FEM Summit that is coming up. And it has, it, it was such a life-changing event for me the first time that I went. And like, I have goosebumps right now and chills thinking about it. So, Kristie, I would love to hear from you, like, where your heart is with this, where it started, all of that, and where we're going.
It started. Wow, such a story here. It's interesting to me as I think about, there's been a lot of reflection over the last year or two around what originated as FEM that is now Herverse, and one of the big things that we did was the very first we actually called it a retreat where I wanted to be able to take women out of their day-to-day, the stressful environment, the demanding environment, the I have to be on environment. And that really spanned so many different directions. The integrator in the business, the mom, the wife, the daughter, all of the hats that we wear. I wanted to be able to take them out of that space for just a brief moment and be able to pour into themselves and each other that were there. And so when I think about, retreat and summit and where it was and where it is, Grandi, it's really interesting to kind of lean into the evolution of what has happened. What started as a retreat in Nashville, the very first year, 11 women literally followed me into the backwoods of Nashville. And we stayed in this big, huge, it was a retreat that we went to, but the house really had like an old like farm style, almost a barn kind of feeling. In fact, there was a big huge barn that was on the property, and I just remember like driving into this space, and we were completely surrounded by woods, and you kind of drove in and you felt like you were leaving the hectic, chaotic, everyday life and just going into this peaceful and quiet, like transformational area. And it was beautiful because the house was built like right beside a river that, the stream was just flowing, and it was October at that point, and so the fall leaves were kind of changing. And I just remember it as each one of these women came into the house, and we had set up a really, really fun way for everybody to be able to like have their room selected and everything. We had a big bowl with numbers on it, and literally like the doors had a number on it. So you came in, the first thing you did was you grabbed a number, and then you got to go explore like where your room was, right? And some of the funniest stories that I remember from that first summit is there were some rooms that it was a single bed, and there was a couple of them that had 2 or 3 beds in there. And so depending on what number you selected, you got to either be in a room with other women, or you kind of got that. I think only one person had a private room, but they got to experience this together, right? And so that's always fun for me to think about is how we got started in that. And several women we had, just like we have now, we had sessions that we had planned. And so there was a speaker that was sharing like, hey, this is something, that I want to, share with you that we do well. And now we can have conversation and feedback around, what's working well with you when it comes to this topic, and maybe where can we help each other improve. And because it was 11 women around a table having these amazing conversations, like we were able to really dive deep into those topics. And because it was beautiful Tennessee, Nashville, Tennessee, in the middle of October, we also got to have some sessions outside with those rivers flowing, and it was such an amazing time. And what I realized from that very first retreat that we did is we've got to do this again. And we've got to do it consistently, but also like, let's do it a little bit bigger. Now, I have a desire. My vision for Summit is that they are always tight, intimate events, right? Because I truly want people to come and develop relationship. This is not a conference that you go to where there's 1,000, 1,500, 2,500 people, and everybody's rushing from one thing to the next. What I love the most about Summit is that women come and they get nurtured, they get fed, they get to be themselves and let down and take off all of the extra hats that we wear and simply show up as ourselves. So we'll have women that come for the very first time, and being head of our membership experience team, that we're very intentional with everything we do. And I'm always so excited when the membership experience team does the first time attendee party, right? That get there before everything kicks off.
Yeah.
Getting to know them, getting them to understand like who we are and what we're doing. But then also, Grandi, for me, like this is our 8th FEM Summit. And there are women that have been to all 8. Right? There are women that have been to 5 or 6 or 7 of them. And I watch them and I see them running from one end of the hotel lobby to the other. And they meet in the middle and they embrace one another and they catch up, and they truly, they care so deeply about one another.
They do.
Right. And it's something that I've never experienced outside of Herverse and this particular summit. But the way that these women, this community of women, comes together, and they're so vested in one another. So they're going to hear all of the speakers, right? And we have some amazing keynotes this year. I'm really, really, really excited about Karen and how she's going to talk about the generational differences and how we can like come together instead of pointing fingers and talking badly about the other generations, like how we can learn from one another. That's so fun and exciting to me. But then also the work. We actually have a workshop this year with Zach Aaron, and then a full day of breakout sessions where other integrators are coming to share their experiences, right? I get to learn from the people who are doing it. That is so exciting to me. And then of course I'm just incredibly fortunate that I get to close out this year, and I'm talking about how we thrive as leaders. And that is a topic that's near and dear to my heart. I'm so excited to talk about it. And then we have the personal vision planning, right? So there's all these different aspects of different ways that we get to learn, different ways that we get to engage. And yet, Grandi, I think the thing that I love the most is just thinking about, number one, how these women truly care about one another. It's incredible. But also, number two, you get to be nurtured in a whole human aspect.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
You get your personal, you get that professional, you get things that you're going to be able to take back to your team, back to your company.
Yeah.
But we're really, truly like trying to cover the entire element, like the whole human, and not just one element.
Right. Because there's not a separation. No matter what anyone says, you don't come to work and leave it at the door. Like that just doesn't exist. It's harmony. And being able to find that at Summit is really incredible. And to be with other people who understand that is super cool. So when I start talking about Farmer Summit, right? And you said FEM Summit.
Oh, yeah.
Sure.
I know. And I could not be more elated. Like this is the first. So FEM Summit has been around for 8 years. This is our eighth one in Houston. What a fun place to have the eighth one. And we've got some really fun themes and things that are happening. But this is the inaugural. This is the very first Lead Her Summit. And so the difference, what is the difference between FEM and Lead Her? So FEM is the community that we really nurtured the second in command leader, that right hand leader. So listen, you can insert a plethora of titles because this role we love to use all of them. But that's the integrator, the COO, the chief of staff, the president, vice president, whatever title you use. But you're the woman who's sitting in that right hand seat, working with the visionary to execute their vision, carry out their vision while running the day-to-day business. That's how we've kind of defined it. The Lead Her community, though, is for the leadership team members. So regardless of which department you run, or if you're a department of 1 or a department of 250, this is the community for you. And so this is the first one. And Grandi, we went all out with our speakers for the first one, right? I mean, Nicole Meneke, like integrator extraordinaire, Katie Sandquist, who's one of the most amazing people I know that ask the right questions at the right time. She is incredible. Kristen Drennan, another incredible integrator. And then we've got Kim Boudreaux Smith, and we've got Zach Aaron on coming in for this one too. Like,
Awesome.
I'm just so incredibly lucky that I get to open up this one, and I feel fortunate to be able to do that. And I cannot leave out, by the way, Casey Self is going to be, emceeing this entire event. And I cannot wait to be part of this. I know I don't sit on the leadership team, so I'm lucky enough that I get to kind of sit in and listen to this one. But man, these topics, these speakers, every single one of them are amazing, like standout leaders who are really truly going to make an impact. So I'm really, really looking forward to it.
Yeah, me too. I'm so excited to be there for that. Like both of the summits back to back and meeting so many new people and just pulling them in, and the first time attendees have like a super special place in my heart, and I love doing that event beforehand. And last year we sat for hours. Like we had the event planned for an hour and we were there, I don't know, around past midnight. And some of us being from Eastern time zone, being so far behind, like that's like all night. And so like it is really, really cool to come into a place of strangers and leave with lots of love. And that's my impression, and not just my impression, my experience of Summit.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it's always fun when I hear people say that, like, I came in a stranger and I left with 100 plus best friends, right?
yeah,
And that really is the way
yeah,
it feels. And because these women truly do deeply care about one another. They want to see you succeed. And, they're giving you all of their advice. We don't hold anything sacred, like, oh, I can't tell them that. These women are pouring everything into each other. And let me tell you what worked for me. And let me tell you what didn't work for me, and learn from my mistakes. And by the way, let's change, exchange information, and let's make sure we stay, in contact over the year. Like they truly care and they want to see every woman there succeed. It's incredible.
they do. It really is an environment and a place of, honor and sharing power and celebrating each other in their power and inspiring others.
Mm-hmm.
I really believe in inspiration. It's why I named my company the Inspired Team, because we can all inspire each other and help each other shine, because when we all shine, we're super bright, right?
Mhm.
So you know that you have been very inspiring to me.
Oh, thank you.
And yeah, our friendship is very, very special to me. But I would love to know about a woman who you honor from a past generation that you would love to just share. And I know this is a special time for you. So gift us with this.
I would definitely have to say my Mimi. Um, this last week would have been her 91st birthday, and it was our 5th year without her. And what she means to me is undescribable. Like, I cannot describe how much she means to me. She was my person. She was so much more than a grandmother to me. Not only did she like raise me, she was a mother to me in every sense of the word. She raised me, she taught me everything she knew. But I think one of the most amazing things about her that I didn't even realize until she was gone was what an incredible leader she was, not only to our family, and she was the matriarch of our family. She held the entire family together, but she was also in her community. My grandmother was deaf, and she was 6 months old when she lost her hearing, and she had leadership positions inside of the deaf community. She was an advocate. She won awards and recognitions for the work that she did. But one of the most amazing things about her is none of us really knew that. We actually found a box of recognitions in her top closet. And that's how we learned so many of these things about her, recognitions that she had received at, at FAA, where she worked for 30 something years. It was amazing. Almost 40 years. I believe she was there for 37 years. She received recognitions from the city of Oklahoma City, where she resided, and all of these things. But yet she had such a humbleness, and she was just so kind and so focused, right? Like, she was not leading or being part of the deaf community in a way that she was seeking any type of recognition or any type of fame or any type of fortune or anything from it. She did it because she truly believed that was the right thing to do, was to stand up for herself and for her community. And I think for me, that is such a big lesson that I learned. And I think subconsciously it transferred to me that when I think about women in leadership, I'm so incredibly passionate about women having a voice, being seen, being heard, being supported, and knowing that there is a tribe of women standing beside them that are cheering them on, and who are just as excited about their success and their accomplishments as they are. And that's really truly what she shared with me, in a way that was full of love and kindness, and not seeking any type of recognition for it. She just did it because it was the right thing to do.
Yeah, I love that so much. And you carry that on for her within you. I see it in you constantly. So, yeah.
That
Mhm.
is the greatest compliment anybody could ever give me, is that I remind them of my grandmother.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you for letting me honor her, because she was a truly remarkable woman.
Yeah. Yeah, I believe that. You bring her to life for us when you talk about her. So, yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. And thank you for this amazing conversation. So, you know, I do love talking with you all the time.
Absolutely. This was a fun conversation. So
Yeah.
thanks
Yeah.
for giving me a platform to talk about Summit and all things
Yeah.
fun. And for everyone out there, can we give Grandi a big round of applause for being our guest host this week and putting me in the hot seat? And I get to see you again next week with our next guest. Y'all have a great week.
Thank you so much for tuning into this episode of ConvHERsations with Kristie. I hope you're walking away with a few nuggets of inspiration, maybe a new perspective, or just a reminder that you're not alone in your leadership journey. If this episode resonated with you, share it with a friend, drop us a comment, or tag us with your favorite takeaway. And don't forget to subscribe so you never miss an episode. Until next time, keep showing up, keep leading with heart, and keep building the kind of life and leadership that feels true to you. I'll see you in the next